we're going to go to Anthony in just a moment, but I would like to share some of my thoughts about the some of that advice that was just given. I can tell you that as a client, there's nothing more discerning or discomforting than getting a $30,000 bill at the end of the year when you've already done the budget, an unexpected bill. So where does that come from? But I think, you can't run a business of any size for any length of time without ultimately requiring the assistance of skilled counselors and attorneys. Uh, you're a real business asset. There's always going to be issues with clients when you're dealing with these high level relationship type businesses. And I think a lot of the issues as a client that maybe have come out of sort of misunderstandings would be not getting a clear idea up front as to what the client wants. Anyone, the client side, I've known that when we've gone back with these huge bills, and I said, well, why'd you spend 3 months doing this when I really wanted that? It would have been cleared up a little bit more if the attorney that was, taking the lead would have been a little bit more proactive. And, the client doesn't often know how to completely articulate what they want. They often want you to read their minds, but, that's just some of the things that, from a client's perspective. I'll turn it back over to you speakers.
I thought about all of that and some of the things that Irwin said. What I say to lawyers who are still billing for time, to think about hourly bills, whether they're sending a lump too late or even regularly, as Irwin recommends. Lawyers' time charge bills are a bit like riding in a taxi cab where all the passenger windows are blacked out. You see nothing, you feel the movement, you hear the engine, you feel the turns. You have no idea whether the lawyer is going forwards, backwards, sideways, or just running the engine. And that's a problem. And just sending regular bills with time charges is not alone, in my view, enough. What I ask you to think about is this. What is it that clients come to lawyers for? And it goes back to my first story. They don't come for services. They come for outcomes. But lawyers' hourly bills only describe services. And so my recommendation is don't only send a regular bill, but send a cover letter with every bill. And it should have, it's very simple, it's 5 sentences. Thank you for paying last month's bill. Here is this month's bill. Here is what we actually did to move your matter forward this month toward the outcome, because the service descriptions don't tell the client that. And 4th sentence, critical, here's what we're going to do next month to move it closer to conclusion. That's what makes clients pay the bill. They see that you're making progress to the outcome they want, and they'll pay the bill. And the 5th sentence is to avoid those disputes and those surprises. If you have any questions, please call right away because we want to resolve any issues now.
So Anthony, let me ask you this. You're litigating a case, and if you're like me, unfortunately, sometimes it's not progress that you're making. Sometimes the other side is making progress.
Well, you have to tell them. It's about realistic expectations, and it's about telling them in the light of what's happened, we may have to meet to talk about changing objectives. But it goes to the 1.4 issue you said about communication. But my view is the bill alone is inadequate communication because it describes what we did, not how the matter is progressing, which is what clients want to know.